Revolution talked about the fact that the church in America is being radically reshaped by a large and growing number of people who say God is the #1 priority in their life. They want more of God in their life, and they will do whatever it takes to get that. And we wanted to find out what kind of experiences, what kind of education, what kind of training, what kind of household environment, what kind of church, everything we could about what might have precipitated that kind of a result. One of the things that I discovered is that there really weren't books that were based on research about the spiritual development of children. I could find all kinds of stuff about how do you get them to be A students, how do you get them to, have a different kind of job, how do you get them off drugs, but I didn't find very much that took a scientific approach to what have we actually learned about what enables a person to become a spiritual champion. This is very different than other books that I've written in that we've never before interviewed the parents who have the goods. They have children now in their 20s and 30s who've been through the tough years, and now they're out on their own. Many of them are now parents in their own right. And we can see, so what happened? This is not a book about how George Barna parents his kids. That is a book nobody wants to read. What I want to know is the people who have done the job well, they finished well. Not just started well, but they finished well. And there's evidence of it in the lives of their kids. That's what I wanted to know, and that's what this book talks about. Of course, when you're trying to raise a spiritual champion, some of the most important things that you impart to your children are values and beliefs. The range of values and beliefs is enormous in terms of what you could focus on, what you could hope that the children would embrace. But as we looked at this, what we found is that revolutionary parents tended to focus on a few things that really keep driving those home. One of the motivations for me in writing this book, apart from me wanting to be a better parent and learn how to do that, was that I felt by learning these things from great parents, it would be an encouragement to all of us who are in the trenches, kind of struggling. And that was one of the encouragements to me, was to learn that even the parents who have done this well said, man, was this tough. I've never done anything this tough in my life. It was worth it, but it was hard, and you gotta be committed to it. So I'm hoping that the book will encourage other parents by them reading it and saying, oh good, I'm not alone. Oh good, secondly, this can be done. Usually what takes place is when you are raising a child, that's when the real foundations are developed. And the child rarely goes beyond what their parents have enabled them to become. So could we say that almost all the people in a given church could be revolutionary parents if they just go to the parenting seminar, or if they, just go to church frequently and make sure their kids are involved in the youth group? No, because that's not really the determining factor. The determining factor is your relationship as a parent with God, your commitment as a parent to raising up spiritual champions, your depth in terms and maturity in terms of your faith, and how you're willing to invest yourself in the life of the child to make that real for them. See, this isn't something that you kind of do on the sly. It's not just another item on the agenda list. This is the agenda.